Hello and welcome to another episode of today's GK. I am Pooja Devedi, and in this segment we bring to you objective questions on a daily basis to help you crack prelims. So let's begin with the practice question of the last segment. Consider the following statements about Mongolia. It is a landlocked country bordered by only Russia to the north and China to the south. Nomadic elephant is the code name of the defense exercise between India and Mongolia, so we have to select the correct statement. Both are correct. Option C is the correct answer. So, if we talk about basically how India interacted with Mongolia, it's through Buddhism throughout history. India is the first country outside the former Soviet bloc of nations to open diplomatic relations with Mongolia in 1955 and has upgraded ties with Mongolia to a strategic partnership. In 2015, Mongolia witnessed the first ever visit by the Prime Minister of India as a part of the Act East policy, and these countries share a joint defense exercise codenamed Nomadic Elephant. India is also an active participant in an annual week-long joint training exercise called the Khan Quest, hosted by Mongolia. The launch of which of the following missions can be counted as an achievement of the ISRO? Rohini, Amazonia 1, UnitySat. So we have to select the correct answer using the codes. All can be counted as achievements of ISRO. So option D is the correct answer. ISRO is the pioneer space exploration agency of India, which is headquartered at Bengaluru, and the first Indian satellite Aryabhatta was built by the ISRO and launched with the help of Soviet Union on 19th April 1975. The year 1980 marked the launch of Rohini, which was the first satellite to be successfully placed in orbit by SLV-3, an Indian-made launch vehicle. The 53rd flight of PSLV C-51 marked the first dedicated mission of New Space India Limited, the commercial arm of ISRO. UnitySat, they have been deployed to provide radio relay services. SDSat, that means Satish Dhawan satellite, is a nano satellite intended to study the radiation level, space, weather, and demonstrate long-range communication technologies. Consider the following statements. National Educational Alliance for Technology, NEET 3.0, is based on a public-private partnership model between the government and the education technology companies of India. Under the NEET 3.0 initiative, the government plans to distribute free coupons for an array of courses offered by edtech companies. So we have to select the correct statement. Both are correct. Correct answer is option C. Recently, the Ministry of Education has announced a new National Educational Alliance for Technology to use technology for better learning outcomes in higher education. Model of NEET scheme is based on a public-private partnership between the government and the education technology companies of India. The objective of NEET is to bring the best technology solutions in education pedagogy on a single platform for the convenience of economically and socially weaker sections of the society. Technology solutions using artificial intelligence for customized learning or e-content is niche areas having highly employable skills. These are being identified for showcasing in the portal. And under this, the government plans to distribute free coupons for an array of courses offered by edtech companies. Implementing agency is All India Council for Technical Education. Consider the following statements. Asiatic Society of Bengal was established by Raja Ram Mohan Roy. It is a unique institution having served as the fountainhead of all literary and scientific activities. We have to select the correct statement. First is not correct because it was founded by William Jones. Asiatic Society of Bengal. Second is correct. Option B is the correct answer. It was founded by Sir William Jones in 1784 on the same day as we are delivering the program. It is a unique institution having served as the fountainhead of all literary and scientific achievements. It was visualized as a center for Asian studies, including everything concerning man and nature within the geographical limits of the continent. Located at Kolkata, the government has actually declared the society as an institution of national importance. The Vishwanathan Committee is associated with which of the following? The correct answer to this question is option D, hate speech. Recently, the Uttarakhand police has made its first arrest in the Haridwar Dharam Sansad hate speech case. The committee proposed inserting Section 153C Clause B and Section 505A in the IPC for incitement to commit an offence on grounds of religion, race, caste, or community, sex, gender identity, sexual orientation, place of birth, residence, language, or disability of tribe. It proposed punishment of up to 2 years, along with a fine of Rs 5,000. Consider the following statements regarding the ESG, Environment, Social and Governance Fund. It is a kind of mutual fund which is regulated by Reserve Bank of India. So we have to select the correct statement. First statement is correct as it comes under mutual fund. Of course, how can it be regulated by Reserve Bank of India? The correct answer should be A, because it is regulated by SEBI, Securities and Exchange Board of India. ESG fund is a kind of mutual fund. Investing is usually synonymously with sustainable investing or socially responsible investing. Typically, a mutual fund looks for a good stock of a company that has potential earnings, management quality, cash flows, the business it operates in, and competition. However, while selecting a stock for investment, the ESG fund shortlists companies that scored high on environment, social responsibility, and corporate governance, and then looks into financial factors. Therefore, the key difference between ESG funds and other funds is conscience. That is, the ESG fund focuses on companies with environment-friendly practices, ethical business practices, and an employee-friendly record. It is regulated by SEBI. Moving on, with respect to Army Day, consider the following statements. It is celebrated every year on 15th January to mark the birthday of Indian officer Kodandera M. Karyappa. After India became independent in 1947, it was not until January 15, 1949 that the nation received its first ever Indian chief. So we have to select the not correct statement. First statement and second statement. First statement is incorrect. Why? Because it is actually on this day, India got an Indian officer, Indian origin officer after independence, first ever Indian chief. That is why this day is celebrated, not the birthday of Indian officer Kodandera M. Karyappa. So, if we talk about the first statement, that is incorrect. Second is correct. Option A is the correct answer. India is celebrating Army Day on January 15 to mark the occasion of the Indian officer Kodandera M. Karyappa taking charge of the Indian Army from the British. The day salutes the brave soldiers of India. Army Day in India is marked with parades and military shows in Delhi and army headquarters across the country, and the celebrations this year is actually not taking place like the normal course but with COVID-19 protocols in place. On April 1st, 1895, the British Indian Army was founded within the British administration, and after India became independent in 1947, it was not until January 15, 1949 that the nation received its first ever Indian chief. Lieutenant General K.M. Karyappa succeeded General Francis Butcher, the final British Commander-in-Chief of the Indian Army, as Commander-in-Chief of the Indian Armed Forces in 1949, and the handover of authority from British to India is seen as a watershed point in Indian history and is observed as Army Day. This day is also marked to pay tributes to the troops who have given their lives to the nation. Consider the following statements with respect to Model Code of Conduct. The Model Code of Conduct was first observed during 1960 Central Legislative Assembly polls, and the provisions of MCC, although otherwise comprehensive in nature, do not include social media posts under itself. So we have to select the correct statement. Both are incorrect. Why? Let's know about it. Option D should be the correct answer. In Uttar Pradesh, the Election Commission has suspended the SHO of Gautampalli Police Station regarding a massive gathering at Samajwadi Party headquarters in Lucknow. The MCC consists of a set of guidelines expected to be abided by the political parties, their campaigners, and the candidates, and the Election Commission brings the Model Code of Conduct into effect to ensure free and fair elections. As per the ECI, the Model Code of Conduct was first observed during the 1960 polls in the state of Kerala, and it is adopted for the first time a code of conduct for political parties during the general elections to the State Legislative Assembly in February 1960. MCC remains in place during the elections in respect of political parties' candidates and remains in force from the date the elections are announced by the Commission till completion of elections. It is clarified that the provisions of MCC are related instruction of the Commission are issued from time to time shall also apply to the content being posted on the internet, including social media websites by candidates and political parties. Which of the following states' municipal corporation is the only one in the world to have more than 80 citizen-based services on WhatsApp chatbot? The correct answer is option C, Maharashtra. Brihan Mumbai Municipal Corp BMC has become the only municipal corporation in the world to have more than 80 citizen-based services on WhatsApp chatbot, offering services for citizens, tourists, and businesses in the city. Maharashtra Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray virtually launched this service. According to BMC, through the chatbot on WhatsApp number 8999228999, information about more than 80 services and facilities will be easily available to citizens on their mobiles. This service is available 24/7 in Marathi and in English. Today, the nation is observing Thiruvalluvar Day. Consider the following statements with respect to Thiruvalluvar. A temple in Ekambareshwarar temple complex in Mylapore is dedicated to Thiruvalluvar. His primary work, Tirukural, it is divided into 3 parts. Teaching on Dhamma, Artha and Kama means virtue, wealth and love. So we have to select the correct statement. Both are correct. Option C is the correct answer. Among Tamil's poet and philosopher, Thiruvalluvar is regarded as the cultural icon, and to honor his contributions, the Tamils observe Thiruvalluvar Day either on January 15 or 16 as a part of Pongal celebration, and previously in the 1930s, Thiruvalluvar Day was celebrated either on May 17 or 18. But in recent years, it is observed in January. And this year, it is celebrated on January 15. Except for his work, nothing much is known about him. And it is believed that he used to live in the town of Mylapore, which is today's time in the neighborhood of Chennai. In the early 16th century, a temple was built in the Ekambareshwarar temple complex in Mylapore, and it was dedicated to Thiruvalluvar. Hence, locals believe that he was born in Mylapore underneath the tree that is situated within the temple complex. Another temple memorial called Valluvar Kottam was built back in 1976 in Chennai for him. It houses one of the largest auditoriums in Asia, and a 133-foot tall statue of Thiruvalluvar stands at Kanyakumari as well. The last statue of the Tamil poet got unveiled in Ulsur, near Bengaluru. His primary work is Tirukural, which is divided into 1330 couplets, and these kurals after that are divided into 133 sections of 10 couplets each. And further, the text is divided into 3 parts. Teaching of Dharma, Arth and Kam, virtue, wealth and love. Let's move forward and look at the next question. Consider the following statements with respect to Jallikattu. Bull taming as a tradition dates back to Harappan civilization. The term Jallikattu comes from Tamil term Sallikasu, which means coins, and Kattu, which means package tied to the horns of the bull as prize money. So we have to select the correct statement. Both are actually correct. The correct answer is option C. An 18-year-old man was killed by a raging bull at the Avaniyapuram Jallikattu festival in Tamil Nadu's Madurai recently. The popular bull taming competition held on Pongal Day in the district left about 80 people, including tamers, bull owners and spectators, injured. The ancient event of Tamil Nadu Jallikattu or bull taming is a part of the yearly repertoire during Pongal. There have been certain competing theories on this topic, but the irrefutable truth remains that Jallikattu is one of the Tamil Nadu's longest surviving warrior sport. The term Jallikattu comes from Tamil terms Sallikasu, which means coins, and Kattu, which means package tied to the horns of the bull. It is a dated tradition, and an ancient reference to bull taming is found in a seal discovered at Mohenjo-daro, which is dated between 2500 BC and 1800 BC. The sport was called Eru Thazuval, or embracing the bull. Moving on to the next question, which is the practice question for the next segment. Consider the following statements. Adjournment, sine die, means termination of a session of the House by an order made by the President. The notification for the prorogation of the session is issued by the presiding officer of the House. We have to select the correct statement. So I hope you'll answer it correctly in the comment segment. That's it for today. Tomorrow we shall meet again with another segment. Until then, stay updated and thank you so much for watching.